Hey legends! This is Magnus. How you doing? In this video, I'm expanding on what I liked about Wish, because my previous video ended up being 25 minutes long. So I didn't want to keep rambling on and on. So, now I can ramble more in this video. So, I'm gonna spend a few more minutes on what I really liked about Wish, and if I think of anything that I probably could have been improved or something like that, I'll let you know. Again, possible spoilers ahead if you haven't seen it, and if you want, please check out my previous video on why I stated what I wish could have been improved and things that I wish what made the movie great. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so let's talk about the references. Bruh, the references were like I said in the previous video, blink and you'll miss it. Blink and you'll miss it references, because there were some that I didn't see until my sister who was there, noticed them and told me while we were riding home in the car. Um, but one, it took me a few times seeing the Asha's friend group to see, like, wait a minute, is that seven dwarfs reference? And then I was like, oh my gosh, it is. Um, so the seven dwarves reference was fun to me. Then let's see, Bambi. They literally call it, like, one of the deers in the movie was called Bambi, which was funny. Talking Bear, which I get that could count as a reference to Brother Bear. Um, the rat, I think one of the rabbits in one of the scenes thumped his feet on the ground like Thumper in Bambi, so I believe that's another reference. In King Magnifico's underground abandoned cauldron of sorts, or lair. Um, my sister noticed the poison. I think the poison apple was down there, and I didn't see it. Um, King Magnifico's staff reminded me of Maleficent's staff. Then King Magnifico getting pulled into the little piece at the top of his staff reminded me of Dr. Facilier's defeat. Um, and then I didn't see that originally, but I guess that was hinting to King Magnifico being the face in the mirror, um, in Snow White. Let's see. There was a Lion King reference. Darn. There was I'm trying to remember how many there were. The obvious wink and nod to Asha's grandfather being 100. That was nice. Then at post, I think a post credit scene for Wish was the grandpa being the original composer or the original artist who made Wish Upon a Star. That was so sweet. Uh, let's see. Oh, my sister noticed the Zootopia reference that Valentino makes, and I did not notice it until she said it, because I heard what he said, but I didn't connect the two. Where Valentino says, "I wish for all animals to live together in harmony and to wear clothes." And when she said, I'm like, "Oh my God, that is a Zootopia reference." Wow. Um, then let's see. Darn. Darn. So I just love the references. Like it was a blink and you'll miss it treasure hunt of references everywhere. And then of course the end credits, like I said before, was going over the moon over the references. Um, let's see. Uh, okay, okay. Some people didn't like the ending saying that King Magnifico was beaten by the power of song. And yes, that made me laugh. That made me laugh that he was getting beat by the power of song. But it's a classic Disney. It's a classic Disney move, so I can forgive it because the Wish apparently is supposed to be the first Disney story that takes place before all the others, before the Snow White, Pinocchio. This takes place before all of that. So so I can understand if the very first ever Disney story was the villain was beaten by the power of song. Oh, I can forgive that, okay? Anyway, oh my gosh. So again, I'll have to also go over the characters. Asha is going to be a big one to speak on later on. So with when King Magnifico captures Star, one, the color of the dark magic in there was already a nice like tealish green. I want again another thing that I wish was improved. I wish could have been improved with Wish was that you implied so much. You implied so much, but you didn't touch on it again, and it made me earnest. Like, tell me more. I want to know more. Like, where did this book come from? Where did this book come from? What is in it? And then the dark. Okay, maybe the dark or green, like the green magic and the dragon that shows up in in like the infinity like symbol when in this is the thanks I get. Maybe that's a reference to Maleficent, but that was okay. I like that look, but when Star was captured inside the staff, and then it turns to Disney villain greed, I was I was just chilled up. Like, oh, because it was just, oh, because I think Disney green, that's my favorite shade of green. Like that light lime green, being vibrant. That's my favorite kind. That's my favorite color. So to see, to see it, to see the infamous Disney green show up in this movie was awesome to me. Um, oh, so now, oh, the messages in which I also liked. So there were so I think one thing that Wish sets up is that don't be afraid to follow your dreams, despite the fear of failure. So there's that. So I think what Wish set up was that use human ingenuity to chase your dreams, but the dreams that are impractical or like typically impossible, that's when and beings like Star or a fairy godmother comes in to help. Because when it comes to wishes like Geppetto wishing for Pinocchio to be a real boy, when it comes to Cinderella wishing to go to the ball, where there's in the moment there's no practical physical way to do that. That's when these beings from beyond the stars ours come in and help. Or Pete's dragon in the original, being saved from his abusive family situation. Like when something in that case is impossible, well, that's when these bigger, like more magical beings come in to help. And again, like that's something that with Asha I really love, because the idea of an apprentice to the king who was going to be interviewed who okay, leading into this, something I wish again, this could have been solved more with time, because the queen said you will likely never see the wishes, and then in the next 5 minutes you see the wishes. I see what people are saying, like that was dumb. So if more time was allotted to the movie or things were cut, they could have done it where Asha got the position and then saw the wishes and then was fired and stuff like that. That, that. So, oh, with that in mind, someone wishing to become an apprentice to the king, an apprentice to a sorcerer, a king of the land, and for example, having a low view of themselves, not only wanting to help others, being selfless as a Disney protagonist does, ending up being a fairy godmother godmother to Rosas, but also possibly to the entire world. That is, when people say this was generic, I'm like, this is unique. We've never gotten the origin story for one of a wish granter. We've never gotten an origin story for a fairy godmother or for a genie. Nothing like that. Disney has a they and people okay. When people want to say that we don't have any Disney princesses anymore, one, I see what you're saying, but I disagree with it because one, Raya, she should be in the Disney princess lineup because she is a princess. Yes. She just doesn't fit the typical mold of a princess, like Mulan. Mulan doesn't fit that. Heck, Pocahontas barely fits that. Fits that. Yes, she's the daughter of the chieftain, so that makes her technically royalty. But so, especially with Frozen onward, Disney has been going in a different direction when it comes to their protagonists, where their female protagonists, where they they're not in this typical space of a princess. They are actual queens of a land and in or Ma, Isabella in the Madrigal's case, heroes of a town, heroes or idols of a town, and Asha being a fairy godmother, because Disney lately has been just stepping away from princess princess main characters. There's Judy Hopps being a local person from sorry, a carrot farmer to a police officer. I'm like, they're just stepping away from their past, and there's nothing wrong with that. And I understand if somebody wants a classic royalty, a classic Disney story, but I feel like, would I like another one? Yes, but again, another thing is, I'll link this to Star Wars. I'll link it to Star Wars. Everyone now, and I can agree that we have been with the Skywalker family the entire for the entire the entire saga, especially the movies up to this point. The Skywalkers basically engulf the Star Wars universe, at least in canon, and it's time to go do something different, do something disconnected. Do like now, granted, shows and stuff have clearly shows and video games and stuff like that have disconnected themselves a lot more from the Skywalker family. But now we're at a point where many fans, myself included, feel we need to cut ourselves away from the Skywalker family. I'm not saying we don't need to never touch them again, but stop doing it so much. And Disney with its princesses have been doing that. They still have princesses here and there, but when a few come out where they're not really princesses and y'all say stop, like you want more princesses, like I feel like the Disney princess moniker is an equal to the Skywalker or family line. It like yes, we can get another one here and there, which we basically got with we basically got that with Frozen, with Anna being a princess, then with Frozen 2. Now, oh, Elsa is a is a is a elemental entity, or a element spirit, and Anna is queen now. So there's no so now there's no princess there, and they never were really under the princess moniker to begin with. Rapunzel is a princess. Moana counts as a princess. Raya should count as a princess. It's like Mirabelle, to in my eyes at least, should count as a princess. She at least fits the qualifications that fans have stated that you need to be in order to be a Disney princess. So the fact that because now people are saying, like, I've at least seen videos and stuff say like they want to go back to the Disney princess stuff. I'm like, yeah, I see what you're saying, but why does every Disney movie still need to have Disney princesses in it? Like, why? I'm like, again, like I said, it's kind of the equivalent of the Skywalker family in my eyes. So, well, that's how I feel about that. So that's why I really love Asha's story in here, and I hope maybe one day we'll see her as a wish granter, as a fairy godmother to somebody in the future, or maybe we can see her again. Um, Heck, there are multiple ideas I honestly wish. Like, for example, one thing I honestly wish if Disney ever did this is like, where are these books? Now, I've been to the Disney animation experience thing, and they've toyed around with the idea of being in a library full of books, but where are all these books? Like, where is Jiminy Cricket when he reads the Pinocchio story? Like, where did all this, like, is there somebody who holds these books and can read them? Like, is this something like in connection to Marvel? I know, like a Hero Who Remains situation where somebody is basically looking over all these stories across time, or like something like that. Like, is there a possibility of somebody who has seen or read all these stories, and who is that? Um, origin what's the origin of Star? What's the origin of the original fairy godmother in Cinderella? What's the origin of the genie? How do genies, how are they made? Stuff like that. Uh, Like, I'd be interested in something like that. For example, Tafiti from Moana, like, and then Strange World, like, since basically Strange World is a comic book series. Who made that? Like, I'm interested to know what is there a author or something behind those books, behind those stories and stuff. I'm honestly interested in that. So anyway, I've been rambling again for a bit, so uh, I'm going. I'm probably gonna have to stop it here. But me personally, like, again, I really liked Wish. I just I don't I don't get why everybody's so mad about this. Everybody's so mad about this movie, and then again, much like the sequel trilogy, which I also enjoyed. I just give it time. Just give it time. Like, once everybody's less butthurt and angry and heated about this, like, let it all cool down, and maybe even one person who hated this film can look back on it and say, not even that that's great, just to say it's not as bad as it was when I first saw it. Like, maybe it ain't that bad. Even if it's just a slight change, I'll take it. Anyway, thank you, Legend, so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you want me to talk more about what I enjoyed about Wish, I'd be glad to. Uh, and another thing I enjoyed with this was Disney's going more and more into accepting queens into their pantheon, like with I forget her name, the Queen of Rosas, like, because so much media just strays away from using queens because of how early Disney depicted queens as nothing but evil, either evil or dead, and and where to the point where a famous example, My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, like, literally Princess Celestia and Princess Luna are princesses despite the fact that they literally count as they should be queens. They are the rulers of the sun and moon, and of an entire country. It's like, y'all should be queens, but because of I would say because of the perception of what the word queen has, especially from classic Disney, it's like princess is much more approachable, much more appreciated. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for 191 subscribers as of the recording of this video. I really should get those subscriber specials out. Thank you so much for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, share this video. Hope you enjoyed it. If you have any ideas for future videos or suggestions, please let me know. I'll see y'all in the next one. See you later.